Hello Internet friends, this is Tim Schrock. I am bringing you today's Tech Tip Tuesday video, and I think this one's going to be fun. Once again, I am working on Chief Architect Premiere version X10, and this one has to do with a very unique library situation. I have, as you can see, this grade that slopes down in this direction and this direction, and we're cutting in 3.5 feet to put a driveway in here and get to the garage below. Now, what I want is I want to put a cap on top of this stone wall and these walls here. What's going to be tricky is this curved wall. If it had been a straight wall on this side and a straight wall on this side, I would have no problems. I could just do it in section, create a polyline solid that follows the curvature of the cap or the top of the wall, and we all have been there, done that. But how do I get something that curves in plan view like this and slopes down in elevation view? That's a complex shape. What do we do here? This is how I did it. I copied the file over. I did a file save as, and then I moved, well, take that back. These remain as terrain retaining walls, but I removed the foundation specification from them. And then I moved this side over to the right. I moved it 1/4 inch, and I moved this one on the left to the left 1/4 inch, because I don't want them to be right the same size. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. From here, now let's go to our normal camera view. So we can see what it looks like, right? This is great. The reason I did the file save as is so that I have the exact same terrain elevations and slope and things like that, and that's going to set the top height and the bottom height of my terrain retaining walls. Now I'm going to switch in my view set here to all off. And lastly, what I've done is I put those terrain retaining walls on the walls retaining layer. Now that's a custom layer that I've created. You could open them up. They're typically on the walls foundation layer. I just open that up and copy the walls foundation layer, rename it as walls retaining, and that way those specific walls are on a controllable layer that I want to control at one, by themselves. So I'm going to turn on off, everything's off except for walls retaining. Now I've got just the retaining walls with the top slope, the bottom edge without the foundation, and the curvature exactly the way I want it. Now, as I've done this, remember I moved this set to the right 1/4 inch and this one to the left 1/4 inch. Now I'm going to do my tools, symbol, convert to symbol. I'm going to make this an exterior fixture. I'm not going to add it to the library though. And click OK. Now coming back in to my main floor plan, I have this fixture that is a shape of those walls. Okay, so I'm going to drop it here, and I'm going to just move that. On my Mac, it's a command key. On your PC, it'd be control. Here. Let's move it to the back just a scooch. There we go. Now if I zoom in over here on the left side, you'll notice that's over to the left just a scotch. If I move it on, zoom in on the right side, that fixture is to the right just a scooch. Let's go into full camera view. Now you're not going to see it right now because it's the same material, but if we zoom in, you'll notice there is a, I can see it, I don't know if you can, but there is just the slightest little bit of a edge just right there. And if I click on that top, that shows me I've selected an exterior fixture. Now what I want to do is I want to paint that material, this granite material color. And lastly, I can just move it down. So I'm going to transform, replicate the object down, let's say 3 inches. See what that looks like. And I've got a perfect cap, just the right shape, following everything the way it's supposed to, with this complex slope and the complex curve here as well. I hope this has been helpful for you today. If you appreciate the information you receive here, I always love the encouragement of a thumbs up or a positive comment. If you have questions, leave a comment and I'll try to get back to you. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week.